How about it, y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be bringing our doe herd down to our working pen, and we're going to be sorting through the does, checking their famacha score, different things, seeing if anybody needs to be dewormed. Really bad feet, we'll hit those. And also, we're going to be going through the kids and giving them a pretty hard look. We're going to be seeing what kids are kind of wormy or on that line as far as their color in their eye with the famacha score. We're going to be looking at our doelings, teat structure. Anything that's got double teats we're not going to keep this year. So we're going to figure out what doelings are going to stay here on the farm and be potential breeders today, hopefully. Other things we're going to be looking for them is just size, how they're growing. We're going to weigh everything. I know I've got one little female that's kind of below everybody else, kind of behind. She's probably not going to stay. But other than that, we're just going to kind of see what we have. We're also going to be taking the bucks. And I've got 3 or 4 of them that I'm thinking about growing out, and especially with our circumstance with Clyde, where he had that injury to his testicles. We don't know how well he's going to breed next year. So I do want to have some little bucklings around that could kind of clean up behind Clyde, I guess. And I've got 2 or 3 that I've been looking at. I know I've got 2 that they've grown really well. They're twins out of the same mom, and their mom's not really related to anything else other than Clyde. I mean, Clyde is their dad, but their mom isn't related to anything else in the herd. So those are probably 2 of them. I also got 1 more that I kind of like. We're just gonna have to see. But all the ones that are not gonna stay here and be potential kind of cleanup bucks, we're gonna go ahead and ban today, castrate them. I don't have to worry about them breeding. Eventually they're going to grow a little bit better. It's going to kind of set them back for a couple weeks. They're going to be a little slower eating and all of that from the stress of that. But it's the most ethical way to do it. I could, break out a razor and cut their testicles out, but I prefer to just go ahead and do the band. Also, all the kids are going to get a CD&T vaccination today, so they're up to date on that. It's starting to heat up. I'm going to flip the camera around. Show you kind of what's on the table that we're going to be working with, and then we're going to go get the goats and we're going to get busy. Fancy, but I did upgrade a little bit my little working system. I've just got some hog panels, kind of making a chute. This one right here is going to keep them off of me and kind of funnel them into this little chute area where they'll come up into our arc filled instant wave farm scale. These doors open and I can shut it behind them. We can get a weight on them with this crane scale. And then over here on the table, I've got a cheat sheet for my valbazen dosage and my prohibit. We're going to be doing a combination wormer today between the valbazen and prohibit. I've got it broke down by every 25 pounds, so I can kind of narrow it down from there by their weight. Also, on this sheet, I just kind of made this up this morning so I can go write it down quickly and I can put it in my book later. But basically, we're just going to put the ear tag number, what their famacha score is, dewormed if we did it or not, CD&T if we did it or not, the sex, if we castrated them or not, how their feet was, and how much they weighed. So this will just kind of keep some basic information that we can look at, kind of compare some number 2 if we want to get rid of some more doelings, see who's performing the best. Also got some multiple Drench Guns. I ordered some new ones. I wanted an automatic one, but not really in the budget yet. Got some bands, and then our applicator. I'm hoping this is going to be big enough. Some of them males are starting to get borderline. Also, I've got a automatic doser. We're going to hook our CD&T up to this. All I got to do is put the bottle on there, set it to 2 cc's, and give them a shot. Don't have to keep drawing it out in syringes. I've got some garden shears if we need to trim any feet. I know 1 or 2 is probably going to need to be trimmed. I also got some copper bolus, and just because sheep goat probably needs some, that's about the only goat I give it to. It's not on the table yet, still in the fridge. I didn't want to break it out until we're ready to get started. I'm going to put it in a bowl of ice, but I've got some fortified vitamin B. I've got 1 nanny that kind of got a little wormy on me the other day, got some bottle jaw. I did worm her in the pasture. Probably going to give her a shot of vitamin B just to kind of jump start her a little bit. Also, we've got our prohibit mixed up. We've got our valbazen in the fridge, and I think that's our CD&T Varvac CD&T is the brand we're using. That's 2 cc's per goat. But I'll leave a link in the description box for everything. I'm pretty sure you can get everything I have other than probably some of the medicine off of Amazon. So we'll just go ahead and put a link in the description box below. But I'm gonna go get Maddie. She's on the phone somewhere. But I'm gonna go grab her, and we're gonna see if we can get these goats down here and get started this morning. Come here. Rivers, come here. All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead. There you go. Don't let him get in that. Well, we've been through a few so far. Kind of got a little bit of a system worked out, so we'll start kind of recording now. This is a little male. We'll kind of go through and show you kind of what we're doing and kind of the procedure. So the first thing we're doing, all the kids are getting a CD&T shot. It's got right underneath the skin. Like I said, this is a self-filling, I can't remember the word for it, but it fills right back up after you get shot. The next thing I'm gonna write down his number so we know who he is, what he got. And then I know this one's gonna get castrated. So I've got my tool, just slipping the band underneath. I'm grabbing his testicles, opening this up. You can't really see, I guess. I'm just making sure both of those testicles go through this band. It's kind of tough. They've gotten a little bigger than what they should be. But you make sure you got both testicles in the bottom. Release the band, roll it up on there. And he is on his way to being a weather goat. We're also, while Maddie's got him in there, I'm gonna go ahead and check his eyes for famacha score. He does look like he needs to be dewormed. So we're gonna put him in the scale, weigh him, and see how much he weighs and how much the dosage needs to be. So this guy right here, he's a little on the smaller size from what we've been averaging, but he weighs 35, so we'll kind of dose him according to that.
Hey, little friend. It's okay.
That's pretty much the whole process. We'll see if we can knock out the rest. really film a whole lot because it was just me and Maddie. It's a pretty long process. Maddie gets the MVP award. She is completely dirty. She's picking up all the babies. They are kicking her and slinging mud all over. Really appreciate it from her helping us out. But we got everybody taken care of. Everybody's got CD&T shots as far as the babies. Everybody that we could castrate, we went ahead and castrated. I'm going to save back, I think, 3 little billies to do the cleanup. I've got a couple other ones. Their testicles were too big to fit in the band, so I've got to get a bigger applicator sometime this week, and we'll get them taken care of. To kind of explain a little bit of why I'm castrating this year is because we have these small paddocks and we want to rotate as much as we can with these goats, and I don't want to have a whole herd of little billies that I have to rotate and rotate my herd of does and my doelings. So I really want to keep everything in one herd. I do keep my 2 billies separate now, so the ones that I do leave intact will be joining kind of the billy herd, just a small little herd that I could really place anywhere. But we also found a couple nannies that did have split teats. I've got, I think, 2 that had 2 on each side, so they're definitely going to get culled out. I've got another one that's got 1 on one side and 2 on the other. She's probably going to get culled out as well, so just so we don't have trouble later on down the road with mamas nursing babies with split teats. It's just something I want to kind of start culling out of the herd. As far as the worming goes, we haven't dewormed since last November, so what's that, 9 months, or yeah, 9 months ago now. So that's the longest I've ever been without worming my herd, and I'm hoping to start to get away from deworming. But all these mamas are having babies on them. They're getting stressed out. We just got a lot of rain here lately, so that your worm load's going up, and I did see a lot of paleness in eyes, and we dewormed probably, I'd say, 80% of the herd. And as much as I want to get away from deworming, I'm not going to risk losing an animal's life over it. I know I've got 1 or 2 that I went ahead and circled their number. They're going to be hitting the sale barn whenever I sell all these little steer goats and these other couple nannies. Try to get them out. The worst of the worst, we'll pick those out. But another big issue that I've never seen in goats that we've been seeing this year, I don't know if it's because it was so hot and dry for so long, is the ticks. We've always had ticks on like our dogs and stuff like that, and we pick them off. But these goats, I've never seen ticks on goats until this year, and they're a lot. Especially the babies, their ears are covered, they're swollen, kind of, I think it's a hematoma kind of thing because of the tick sucking so much blood. I don't know if that's tying into some of the paleness in our eyes, just kind of a little anemic because they're getting their blood sucked. But I don't know. I'm gonna do some research to see what we can do about the ticks. I don't know if we're gonna have to start spraying the goats' backs with something. We're gonna figure out something. It's not a problem I want to keep around. But if you got any suggestions, if y'all have ever seen it, I know out west y'all struggle with a lot more ticks than we do. But if you got any suggestions, leave them in the comments, and we'll try some new things, try to get these ticks off these goats and let them be a little bit more comfortable. I know them ticks aren't comfortable. But we got everybody worked. It's hot. It's actually 4th of July, so we want to wish everybody a happy 4th. God bless this country. It's the best country in the world in my eyes, and you couldn't tell me differently. But we got to get everything cleaned up. We're going to get these goats back up front, and then we're going to go to the lake and spend some time with some family and grill and just hang out. But I really appreciate you hanging out with us. I know it's kind of a short video, but like I said, it was just us 2. It's hot. We're working, trying to get this done as soon as possible. But I really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, and we'll see y'all on the next one.